Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, I know y'all see the title, and today we're going to be exposing a few things that not too many know about when it comes to Micko Bang and Bandman Kevo's situation. Alright, it's a whole bunch of things going on. And I want to put a quick disclaimer out there before we even begin with this video, because I've seen what Kevo did with 16 during their live interview together. So let me say this, right? The only people that know who really told is Kevo, Micko, and whoever else was around to witness what was going on. Alright? Hookah Anonymous is a platform that gives others a chance to express their piece for the sake of journalism and reporting on what's going on. And I've seen Kevo say, well, if you know that these guys are lying, why give them a platform to spread lies about me and destroy my character, you know, during his live with 16. Now, once again, there's no telling who is telling the truth until proper paperwork is presented, and that's part of the reason why we're here today. Yes, Kevo is tapped in with the social media world and a lot of bloggers, and just like he explained to 16, he could potentially be a crutch or opportunity for other bloggers or YouTubers that's coming up. That's true. However, I don't think that's fair to the viewers in the world to basically base who you are and who you decide to work with solely according to someone's status. Alright, for one, you never know where someone could be in the next 6 months. And two, if we go based off that, Kevo will win all the time, being that he's the bigger figure and more known as of right now, which wouldn't give the guys coming up a chance to speak their truth. Alright, and what I see a lot, like I explained in the previous video, is the fact that people oftenly get mad at the urban blogs and YouTubers for giving platforms to people that they have problems with. But on the flip side, them same people wouldn't question DJ Vlad or try to tell him who and who not to do interviews with. And Vlad to interview dudes who are ops with each other and got real street beef. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because people feel that Vlad is a bigger platform or whatever, but we would like to be treated with the same respect, because at the end of the day, it's all business and it's for the sake of journalism, you know, as a whole. So this is how interviews work. A person says something about the next, then the other person speaks his or her truth and get his side out there, and then boom, you leave it up to the world to decide who they choose to believe. So I just want to get that out there before we get to this video. Also, Kevo, when you see this, because I know you are, if you want to respond, hit us up and we'll do things the right way and take it from there. It just is what it is. But we're going to keep it thorough. We're going to keep it fair. Now, enough of all that. Let's get into what y'all really came here to see. Now, after Micko Bang did an interview with 16 showing visuals, and shout out to 16, exposing Bandman Kevo for allegedly snitching on him and others, Kevo went on a rant via social media in response to the accusations. He claimed that Micko Bang is really the one that snitched on him actually, and also stated that he didn't personally know Micko and he was just a guy that was around, also referring to him as a store runner. Alright, now it didn't stop there, because Kevo went on to also make accusations that Micko was in fact having sexual relations with other men while he was incarcerated. Alright, now Kevo didn't stop at Micko. He also dragged 16 showing visuals in it as well, stating that 16 is sharing his platform with rats and people that's trying to tear down his character. His exact words were, quote, 16 showing visuals is a fraud. He letting N-words pay him for interviews to bash rappers in Chicago for clout and clicks and views. Dude A-word is a hater. Alright, now in return, 16 took to his Instagram account to clash and just pretty much clown Bandman Kevo when suddenly his Instagram page was mysteriously deleted, and he continued to do so on Twitter. Now, after days of the back and forth, on May 1st, the two would come together to settle their differences during an Instagram live where the two would discuss the problems they have with one another, and after an hour and 9 minutes of the two speaking, their differences were settled. However, there were some things said during that live that we would like to speak on pertaining to Micko Bang, Bandman Kevo and the snitching allegations, as well as the sexual allegations with men while Micko was locked up. Now, I spoke to Micko and he gave me all approval to speak on these situations and clear up a few things, and I also have some documents to back up a few claims that Micko would like to express on his behalf. So, we're going to touch on a few things that Kevo said during his live and previous lives in regards to what's true and what may be false. Alright, and the first one we're going to start with is this. Number one, was Bandman Kevo and Micko close, or was Micko just around and didn't really know Bandman Kevo? Alright, now, Bandman Kevo said during the live that he didn't really know Micko. Micko wasn't part of his crew or anything like that. They were kids running to the store and were just around when he would come around to buy scripts from another dude named Mac. Alright, so in a nutshell, he's indicating that him and Micko was never really friends with each other and have no affiliation outside of Micko and them just being around, you know, just kind of sort of thing, pretty much being around. He said they was kids and they was all learning from the Mac guy. Alright, now, I was provided with paperwork that begs to differ. If you look on the screen here, it says, quote, Ford and Hatcher have been seen in surveillance video purchasing money orders from a machine using a debit card and PIN linked to an account that had fraudulent checks deposited. Ford has also been seen with Smalley in surveillance video purchasing money orders from a machine using a debit card and PIN linked to an account that had fraudulent checks deposited. Now, for y'all that don't know, Smalley is Micko. Micko's real name is Micko Smalley. So, for Kevo to say that he don't really know Micko, but in paperwork pertaining to the case, it has them two on surveillance camera busting a move together, it sounds like he know Micko if you ask me. Micko wasn't just some store runner. It don't seem like he was just some guy that was around. They was actually busting moves. Now, I don't know about anybody else, right? But I'm not just committing crimes and busting moves with someone I don't know, especially in that fraud game. You gotta know somebody is at least somewhat solid, or you could consider them solid, because at the end of the day, most of it is a paper trail. Things could go left real quick. If you know, you know. So like I said, you would think that you're around or dealing with somebody that's a little bit solid to hold it down if anything goes wrong. But what this proves is not only that they did know each other, but they was also breaking bread with each other as well. So to say that he didn't know Micko and they was just around some kids and they was just learning, it seems like there was more than just around, and you know, that's to me. However, I'll let you guys check it out and get in the comments below and tell me what you think. Alright, now let's continue. Number two, the gay allegations. Right? Now, Kevo explained that allegedly Micko was having sexual relations with boys while he was incarcerated, and also stated that the reason his child's mother passed away is because she exposed Micko for the gay rumors while they were arguing in a car, driving intoxicated, which led to them getting into an accident, and Micko's baby mother lost her life. Now, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna play this video for y'all real quick, so check this out. What y'all just seen was a video of Micko and his baby mother the same day she lost her life, just hours before, on April 22nd of 2021. There's also another video that shows that them two weren't the only two that was in the car. It was his baby mother's friends, him and his baby mother, of course, as well. And he states that the accusations of them two being involved in a car crash due to those rumors are false. And you know, that's kind of common sense. I don't see why or how someone would put their own life in jeopardy being in the car, and I don't care what's going on. You can find out whatever you want to find out. If I'm in this car, what's the odds of me trying to crash this car and then next you know, just you pass? You see what I'm saying? So Anyway, he says that they were all drinking and his baby mother was in fact acting messy, but it was due to the fact that she knew of another woman he was dealing with at the time. She was throwing shade, taking videos, mainly because Valentine's Day had just passed and he went all out for the other woman he was dealing with by posting her on social media, showing what he did for her on Valentine's Day and XYZ, and his baby mother didn't like that. Now, when it comes to the car accident, Micko was also damaged from the accident as he was ejected from the car as well, but he was never arrested because he wasn't intoxicated. However, he did have warrants due to unrelated circumstances, so one thing pretty much led to another. That's a whole nother story. So when it comes to the allegations of his baby mother passing due to her exposing that rumor, it's pretty much false, and other people were present in the car, so it's not like it was a hit on her life or anything crazy like that, because I've seen people in the comments of the live Kevo did saying that Micko purposely did that and like some kind of weird Illuminati thing. Listen, that's a little too crazy because let's not forget that it was his child mother, and you know, she lost her life as well at the end of the day. You know, so that's kind of hard. You know, you got your child's mother, you got your children, they just lost a mother, and whether you was dealing with her or not, it's still a little bit of emotion, still a little bit of, you know, I care for her involved. So I doubt somebody would want to kill their child's mother, whether she, let's say hypothetically speaking, she did expose it. I don't think he would go as far as killing her, but once again, he didn't, and that's pretty much that. So let's move on to the next thing, man. Number 3. And here's where it get interesting, right? Let's dig deep. Now, here's a video of a YouTuber by the name of Jess Mo exposing paperwork that Bandman Kevo admitted to being a part of the Rack Boys and purchasing counterfeit checks and received debit cards back in August of 2012. Now look, pay attention.
Counterfeit meant use of a bank account, I don't know, or debit card to commit fraud. Defendant was an admitted member and participant in Rack Boys criminal behavior. In his response to the PSR, defendant seems to suggest that any reference he made in his rap videos to being a member of the Rack Boys or cracking cards was artistic, licensed, and not factual. Defendant Ford, however, admitted to the FBI when he was interviewed back in August 2012 that he was indeed a member of the Rack Boys and that he purchased counterfeit checks and received debit cards.
Here's the thing. Now that y'all seen that paperwork stated that Kevo actually spoke to the feds in 2012, Micko and the rest of the guys got locked up October of 2014. Now, Micko has described that prior to that whole incident, nobody, none of they boys, none of they guys, none of that, they been busting moves, doing what they was doing, and none of them was previously arrested until Bandman Kevo was arrested in 2012, and they were later arrested altogether in 2014. But prior to that, nobody has been arrested. So he's pretty much saying that, is it a coincidence that Kevo was locked up in 2012, saying whatever he said to the feds, speaking to the feds in 2012, that they all was locked up together in October of 2014, but prior to that, they wasn't. Nobody was arrested in their crew. Is it a coincidence, or maybe someone's talking? All right, now I'm no rocket scientist or nothing, but what I do know is that once you speak to the feds and you admit that you have purchased counterfeit checks, then their next question is going to be, well, from who? Right? And when you also admit that you received debit cards, the next question from the feds is going to be, from who? Now, once again, I'm no rocket scientist, but this is what I concluded from my own personal experiences, and it's here in black and white. Once again, y'all let me know what y'all feel about this in the comments below, and what conclusion have y'all come to? Alright, because like I said, I've been through this before. I've been locked up for fraud, as some of you may or may not know if you was tuned into the channel from earlier. At the end of the day, they're gonna ask you, where did you get the cards from? Alright, that's just basic. That's basic math. They're gonna ask you, where you get the cards from, where did you go, how did you obtain this, how did you do it? They're gonna ask you. And then depending on how you answer those questions, more questions are going to follow. And you got to answer. You don't have to answer some questions. You can say, I want my lawyer president or X, Y, and Z. However, when you admit to certain things, other questions follow up. That's just what it is. All right. Now let's move on to the last, but certainly not least thing that was a little questionable as well. Number 4. All right. Was Bandman Kevo the confidential witness described in the paperwork, the CW? All right. Now, once again, none of us know what's what. All right. To keep it fair, however, the only thing we can go off of is real paperwork or maybe any other witnesses that may be able to vouch for either party, whether it's Micko or Bandman Kevo. All right. But here's something that I found a little interesting upon doing my own due diligence that I want to point out to y'all. Now, if you look on the screen, right, the paperwork says, quote, Ford printed fraudulent or made paper, deposited fraudulent checks into third-party bank accounts, conducted withdrawals from bank accounts that had fraudulent checks deposited into them, and conducted purchases of money orders from bank accounts that had fraudulent checks deposited into them in this scheme. Now, after reading what they got Kevo on, let's compare it to what they say the CW said, right? Now, if you look on the screen where it says, quote, the CW explained that he made paper for his own use, selling to others who cracked cards by using a computer software program. All right. Now, as you pay attention to that, let's not forget that during the live that Kevo did with 16 Shot Visuals, he said, quote,
at first I'm like, I'll do my own moves. I'm getting 20 moves a day. So that, do the math. That's $30,000 a week I spend on papers. I'm like, man, that I'll learn how to do them myself.
Now, y'all see what he said? He was going pretty much bringing moves, but he realized that he was the one bringing the most moves, but he still had to answer to somebody pretty much. So he figured, well, I could do it myself or learn how to do it, you know, himself. That's usually how the fraud game go too. You start off as a worker and then you pretty much learn your way up. And once you learn, you feel you do it yourself and you branch off and start doing whatever yourself. So once again, right, let's be clear. I'm not here to bash Kevo. Like I stated before, if he wants to debunk anything I said in this video, he's more than welcome. But if he wants to save it for his documentary, then that's cool as well. Hopefully when it drops, it clears some of the gray areas in this case. But as for now, it just is what it is. All right. And y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about all this, man. It just is what it is, you know. Make sure y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. And with more information come about, as time go on, we'll update and see what's up. Now, do you think Kevo told, or maybe he didn't? Let us know how you feel in the comments below. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.